Hey, good morning, everybody.
We made it.
We made it through another week. It's Friday. TGIF, and welcome to another episode of A Blind Guy,
His Wife,
Their Life
Live.
On this channel, we get together every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 11:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to take you on a journey where we explore entertainment, turning passions into profession and profits, and health and wellness, all while introducing you to some fabulous people in our personal networks that we met along the way. We have some fabulous guests today. Today, of course, is no exception to the rule.
But Corey, I'm just hanging out over here doing tech stuff, having a good time, all of those good things. What are you saying about today? Are you going to jump into the topics? Are we going to jump into me correcting you because it's Friday? I always switch things up on Friday. I flex a little bit. What we doing?
Okay, you just flexed enough right there. So, but you can. This broadcast is members supported by viewers like you. There's a couple of ways that you can be part of the blind guy's his wife's life. You can actually bum rush the buttons. That means like, subscribe, share, and turn on all notifications so that you know when another fabulous guest is coming onto our platform. They can also be a part of our blind guy, his wife, their life family by.
Well, guys, scrolling right there at the bottom of the screen, you can always visit our site for blindguyhiswife.com. That way, if you'd like to go there, find out more information about us. You can also support this production because it is member supported from viewers like you. You'll know you're there when you type in blindguyhiswife.com and you see right there, Corey and I, a picture of us, and it says, Corey's eyes don't work. He has a wife. That's me. They celebrate life. It tells you a little bit about who you are. And right away, if you'd like to support the production, you just click the green coffee cup to buy us a coffee and support the production. There's the green coffee cup. When you click it, it opens up a little widget so that it populates some info. You can choose to buy us 1 coffee, 3 coffees, 5 coffees. You can choose the amount of coffees that you would like to purchase. However, you are not supporting us. You are supporting our 501c3 nonprofit organization. So it is a tax exemption for you. You can leave a nice note. And of course, if you scroll down, you can find out more about what we do, how we do it. You can even get a sneak peek into those plant-based treats, everybody's favorite segment.
Speaking of blind guy, his wife, and their life, today's episode starts off with a word on the street from our Watoto, and Watoto means children in Swahili. We have 2 of our Watoto that are going to be there. We got Brooklyn and we got Christiana. We're going to bring them in to say good morning to our viewers.
All right, let's do it. Hey, girls.
Hi.
All right.
Are you guys ready to bring us a word from a language other than English?
Yes.
Okay, so let's do it. We'll see you soon.
We'll see you guys soon.
All right. And then who else do we have today?
We have a masterful performer. He speaks multiple languages. He can perform any type of dance that you put in front of him.
He's a musician, an actor,
singer, he's a web designer. And he also
wait, let me talk. Y'all see, I keep trying.
He also does crochet. He is a man of many talents.
No, you left out some things actually, but okay. See,
well, you can't give it all to him right off the bat. You just got to give him a little whet the appetite. So he's going to actually come in and say good morning to you. He is Danard Daniels, aka to us DJ.
All right.
DJ, can you say hello, good morning in Japanese?
Yes, Ohayo gozaimasu.
What about French?
Bonjour. Yeah.
And what about Spanish?
Buenos dias.
What about an African American?
What's up?
I'm just kidding with you, but yeah, we definitely thank you for joining us today. We can't wait to hear from you all the good things you're going to share about being able to be professionally flexible in this world we live in today.
All right, so we'll see you soon. Okay.
All right.
All right.
And today we're going to end the broadcast with a special plant-based treat because people are always asking us, well, when you go out to eat, what do you guys eat if you don't eat meat? So we have a plant-based treat that's sure to please.
So guys, yeah, we've been working on this for you. We've heard you, and hey, we answered.
Ethiopian takeout. Yum yum.
This is all right. There you go. Sneak peek at the, take out the plant-based treat for today.
So let's get right into it. The Queen Marie, you're going to read the comments for today because, of course, people know that I can't see. So you're going to greet our guest this morning.
All right, why not? So let's go ahead and hit it because we've got some people in here today. Hey, Philip Waldo Jr. says, good morning, all. And guess what, Corey? He's actually first
place. PWJ in first place once again.
All right. And he's saying it's Friday. You already know. Welcome to the weekend.
Yes.
Kanik Mighty Jr. Mighty
Nugent. Mighty Jr.
I know. I was like, wait a minute.
Kanik the Mighty Nugent from over there at your, oh my goodness.
How it all works?
How it all works. Thank you.
See what I'm saying, guys? I sleep for 1 minute and you see what happens, right?
How it all works. We want to welcome her and husband, Kirk Nugent, over here.
Web designers. Hey, Fan Brit. She says, morning, fam.
Fan Brit.
So happy to
smash
have you here.
that like button as you come in, guys.
All right. Joshua Gilliard. Hey there. How are you?
Hey, Joshua Gilliard. Thanks for joining us this morning.
He just shouting out, DJ.
DJ.
He says, love you, DJ. And then we also have here, let's see who else is saying good morning. Hey, Solsta. Hey there, saying, hey, DJ.
All right. Good morning to you as well.
Yes, we got lots of love coming in from Joshua. We love it. We appreciate it. Hey, David Hunt makes a great point. He says, first to say aloha.
First to say aloha. You saved yourself that time, David. Yes, I can't dispute that one. First to say aloha.
Right.
Melakaliki maka to you, too.
Our own Watoto are saying, hey. And David Hunt is saying, I want to hear Corey sing. Let me just keep on going.
I was born by the river.
Anyway, Philip Waldo Jr. is laughing at David Hunt. And see, that I knew I put those smiley faces up there at the right time. And David is just chatting it up with everybody. Corey, why not go ahead and bring on our word on the street today?
Guys, we are excited to bring you our word on the street from our own Watoto, our two oldest Watoto, Brooklyn and Christiana. So now it's time for today's word on the street by two of the most beautiful young ladies in the world.
I agree.
They take after their mother.
Hey.
And they are bringing us the word on the street.
Hey, ladies, how are you doing?
Good. Hi, good.
Good morning to you. And guess who else is saying good morning? Jacoby Hendricks.
Jacoby Hendricks. How you doing? Jacoby, you still playing that bit and bow?
Oh, I know. Yeah, she was a musician.
Let us know in the chat.
Yes, absolutely. Good morning to you, Jacoby. We also have you guys saying, hey, are y'all chatting from back there? Okay.
Oh, I chatted earlier.
Fan Brit is saying, hey, girls.
Hey, Denise.
So, girls, what is today's word on the street? Because today I know we have a multilingual and DJ, so he speaks a lot of different languages. And you guys have picked up on quite a few words from quite a few different languages on the continent of Africa. Can you share what the word on the street is today?
Today's word on the street is Mzuri Asubuhi. It means good morning in the Swahili language.
Can you say it again slow?
Wait a minute. They'll say it slow. Just to answer your question, Cora, Jacoby said no. She is not still playing the beer and bow. I don't know if she's playing anything else these days, a musician, or she just hanging out in these Facebook streets. But Kanik Mighty Jr.
Nugent.
Kanik says.
Kanik, do you have another child that we don't know about that's named Kanik Mighty Jr.?
So she says, beautiful young ladies. Thank you, Kanik. Thank you. So guys, stop profiling and give us the word on the street.
Nice and slow.
Because it's another language, it's a Swahili language, and we want to make sure people can hear it. So you guys explain it, tell us, say it slowly, and then tell us a little bit about it. Go ahead.
Mzuri means good, and Asubuhi means morning. So good morning. Mzuri Asubuhi.
Very good. Now, what other ways do you know how to greet people in other languages from the continent of Africa?
Asubuhi ni nzuri. That means the morning is beautiful, or great, or blessed. Magwani akaba means good morning in the Shona language. Ekabo means welcome in the Igbo language. Akwaba means welcome in the Twi language.
Wow.
Right.
And Assalamu alaikum means, what does that mean again? Welcome. It's like a peace greeting in the Arabic language.
Peace greeting in the Arabic. Well, you forgot the one that's not even, it's not a word, it's just.
You just point and you just nod, but that's not a whole nother language.
Well, girls, thank you for bringing us our word on the street. You did a fabulous job.
Yes.
There's a $500 that's coming towards you for your payment today in Monopoly money.
What, for real?
In Monopoly money, yes, exactly.
So
Man, I just want to get hyped up.
Yes. So we will see you guys soon. We got people in the chat saying good morning, Quita Jr. and Quita Jr.
Well, it's Quita Junior.
Right. Quita Jr. So, all right, guys, you did a great job with the word on the street. We'll see you soon. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, wow, that was fun. So, Court, we're on to our guest of the day. Like, we've heard some foreign languages. Folks in the chat are excited about it. Kanika's laughing about that Monopoly money, Court. And so we got to bring them in. You know, we got to get this thing going. Give the people what they want. That's what we got to do.
Today's guest is a great example of what it means.
We got to tell the girls, hold on. We got to tell the girls. Fan Britt says, yes, fabulous young ladies, my ladybugs. And Jacoby says, wow, beautiful young ladies. You did a wonderful job. Thank you so much, Fan Britt and Jacoby.
Thank you very much. As I was saying, today's guest is.
Why are you going to say, as I was saying, like I cut you off?
You did. You just did it again. As I was saying. Don't make me get Kanika. All right. As I was saying, today's guest, a featured guest, is a very special young man, multi-talented, multifaceted on many different levels. Not only does he speak multiple languages, Japanese, Chinese, French, and Spanish, he also is a masterful dancer. He's an aerialist. He performs on aerial silks. He has learned a tap dance routine in 2 days and was able to perform it successfully in several stage play productions.
He is a musical theater extraordinaire.
Y'all
see how I cut him off
He
again?
can sing. He can play the piano. He can crochet, and he does web design. He's been featured on live tours with Paw Patrol and Sesame Street Live. He has also been accused of being Jamie Foxx.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So many times he's been accused of being Jamie Foxx. I'm sorry, Corey. I started playing something in the background, just watching TV, like, you know, doing my thing.
It's time.
So wait a minute. Just so you know, Kanika's laughing at you, talking about you have to get her. But Fan Britt I got all our business in the street. So my Quita always cutting Corey off.
Thank you for recognizing.
Thanks a lot. You know what? We ladies are supposed to stick together. Go ahead and introduce DJ.
Can I do it for real now?
Yeah.
It's time for today's featured guest. It is DJ Danard Daniels.
Woo! Hey there. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
You are a multilingual person. Can you please interpret this from Spanish to Japanese to English?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mi esposa es un diablo muy grande y muy malo.
Oku-san wa okikute warui oni desu. So my wife.
Wait, why are you laughing so hard? Wait. Again.
Mi esposa es una.
Wait, no, slow it down. Wait, stop. If y'all in the chat, let's see what they're saying. I think they understood both languages. Because Joshua Gilliard is laughing. What do you say, Joshua? I know it's my spouse. Keep going.
Yes.
Es uno diablo.
And then Pepe Sosa is like, yes, DJ, look, Pepe, help me out. Tell me translate. Mi esposa, what?
Es una diablo.
Is what's a diablo? A devil. My spouse is a devil.
Muy grande.
My spouse is a devil, very big.
Y muy malo.
And very bad.
Actually, muy mala. Muy mala.
Okay.
We talk about the esposa, but yeah.
We're gonna help him. Okay, and then say that again in Japanese for us, because I know, go ahead, you speak Japanese, and you can translate from English in your head translate from Spanish to Japanese, so give it to us.
So I'm going to start off with Okusan, Okusan, but they shorten it to Okusan, which means wife. From Okusan, you have, in Japanese, the adjectives are before the noun. So then we have okikute, which means big, and then warui, which means bad, and then you have oni, which means devil, des, which is the verb to be. So, Oksan wa okikute warui oni desu.
No, y'all don't have to be laughing this hard. Even Jacoby is laughing. Our own children talking about I'm weak, and they got all the laughing faces.
I don't know. I can get the artist name, but what's the song? Truth Hurts.
Yeah. Lizzo.
Lizzo. Yeah. So yeah.
So this is so cool, DJ, to have you here because you are a musical theater genius, or just like, I wouldn't say musical theater genius because you are, but then you are, you're just a genius because when we first met you, of course our children are asking, do you speak Chinese? Do you speak Yoruba? I think when we met you, you spoke
Japanese.
I was already speaking Spanish and Japanese when we met. Actually, I was because I met you guys in 2011, 12. So I was actually learning Japanese in high school at the time, but I already knew Spanish when I was growing up in Miami. But then, I didn't decide to reinforce my Spanish knowledge until I was learning Japanese. So.
Just so you know, Kanique Mighty Nugent, DJ has a Caribbean background as well. Where is your father from?
From the Bahamas. Yes.
And you have an auntie that's from where?
Oh, she's from Panama. Yeah. So
Spanish.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just saying.
Yeah, I just want to tell you, CJ, people are welcoming you, but I really don't want to give this welcome because Fenice is fan Brit. She's like, welcome. DJ already knows how hard he was laughing when he was like, my spouse is Una. And Kanique says that's awesome, to hear about your background. So speaking of your background, Kanique says Panamanians are pretty much Jamaican. So,
all right.
So there you go. That is not DJ. DJ, when we met him, he's been learning languages. And then I remember you were teaching yourself to play piano. We had a show coming up and we needed a spot to be filled. And you were like, we needed a tap dancer, somebody that could fill in with this particular number. And, you jumped in there. And
2 days.
It was a little bit longer.
No, it was 2 days. He learned how to tap in 2 days. Then he was able to.
Well, he was already taking tap, I thought, or something.
He learned that routine in 2
something.
days.
You tell us, DJ, because just so that you know, you already know. I'm the boss around here, but Corey is the boss around here. And, you know what I mean? It just doesn't work out. But I will say this. Kanique said a lot of Caribbean folks travel to Panama to help build the canal and stay there.
Okay. Thanks for the history lesson and sociology.
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't know why our kids are like, I play piano. Yes, you play piano. I don't know why they forgot that you play piano. You are just so talented, according to Joshua Gilliard. We definitely know this. Philip Waldo Jr. says he went through the Panama Canal, and he's international like you because he also eats Chinese food.
I eat cheap food.
Okay. And it goes on. So DJ, tell us, how do you develop the mental flexibility for not only your personal life, but for your professional life that allows you to speak all these languages, that allows you to do all these multiple performance styles? And we'll get into some of those performances with the video clips and photos that we have. But where does that mental flexibility come from?
I really do not know. I feel like maybe it's the passion or the grit.
Mm-hmm.
And hold on, something weird just happened on my end.
You're
okay,
fine.
there you go.
Fine.
Yes, all right, cool. But so I don't know. I feel like maybe I know my dad said that my grandfather on my mom's side, Granddaddy Eddie, he was very he had that ability to be very adaptable in his environment, and I feel like maybe that's a genetic trait that I acquired from him. But I don't know. Sometimes I just have the passion to want to do it or the grit to learn, and then I do what I can to learn it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You can't unlearn it. Yeah, this is so wonderful because, of course, our kids are saying you're cool, and if Philip Waldo Jr. Corey is saying that we're funny because we just keep going in, right? But you are just so talented. You're international. Reminds me of Afro-Ethiopia Audio Experience. She's saying, hey, folks.
All right.
And so hey there, Liz Biddy.
Where in the world is Liz Biddy?
She's a world traveler. The Afro-Ethiopia Audio Experience is a great channel to hear about just around the world, all the different travels, everything about Africa specifically, the different countries there, because that's a world experience and it's 54 countries. And so I know for you, one thing that you use currently is Clubhouse to, connect with people, talking about different languages, to connect with people, talking about other performers. And as if we didn't know, you crochet. Pepe said, look, this brother is everything. I'm going to pull up some pictures of some of the things that you've crocheted, but you can let us know, like, how do you go from musical theater, because I'm serious, it's so crazy because, like, we have you here, let's just say, up in the air at Busch Gardens, right? So here you are. I'm just going to share this picture. Yes, guys, this is Danard on tour. Well, he was at Busch Gardens, I think. And
this one I came off the tour for the Christmas season, and then I was performing at Busch Gardens, and I think this was like in 2017's winter season. Yeah.
Right. And that's you right there in the middle, up in the air. And so how do you go from, touring, musical theater, getting all these different performance gigs and touring the world, Canada, LA, Ohio, Chicago.
I think there's 4 states I haven't been to yet, or 5, something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
There's only 4 or 5 left.
Okay. So how do you go from that to all of a sudden? Well, I wouldn't even say all of a sudden. How long have you been knitting? Because I don't know if you have a hat on right now, but you tell us about it.
Oh, yeah, I actually do have one of my hats on. Okay, so crochet, how I got into crocheting is a funny story. I was with this dinner theater called Beef and Boards Dinner Theater, and there was a performer in The Little Mermaid who played Prince Eric. Prince Eric isn't at the beginning, isn't at the beginning of the show a lot.
Right.
Oh gosh. Isn't at the beginning of the show a lot. So backstage he was crocheting. So I was like, oh, what is this? And he was like, it's crochet. So he actually taught me how to crochet. So that same year I was doing hairspray. So the record shop kids aren't in the show a lot at the beginning. So I was backstage crocheting in the green room until it was time for me to go onto the stage. So that's literally how I learned. Like, someone taught me, just sitting in the green room. We were just doing harmonies and just crocheting until it was time for us to physically go on the stage.
Wow.
And then from there, when I had auditions in New York City, while I was in the waiting room, waiting for my name to get called, I would just crochet away. I'll make scarves and hats before it's even time for me to go sing a song or dance for them. Yeah.
And Kanika saying, very skilled young man. That's amazing. Keep going. Don't stop. Love to see our young Black men thriving. We've got Cecil and Sonia Brown saying fabulous Friday to all. So everybody's really excited. And of course, our kids are like, I really want to speak Yoruba, Twi, Swahili, Swati, Luganda, and Kinyarwanda. So they're like, they want to learn so many languages, and they're actually working on it too.
Now, DJ, you mentioned spending a lot of times, auditioning and performing and being backstage. That gave you time to work on your crochet craft, which, by the way, you had gotten such high demand and your tour schedule got so busy that you had to say, no, I'm no longer taking orders. But
I'm going to show a video of him, speaking of which, if that's okay, DJ, it's from your Instagram. It's where you're in the living room doing some choreography. What do you think?
Oh. Go ahead, show the people. Yeah.
Because the thing is, this is like one of those things where people would say, well, I can't do musical theater, but as a dancer, you dance a lot and you do different genres of dance. You also, though, have been getting into the silks. So I'm going to show that because you were explaining your connection to being a dancer and then having to reverse it for the silk. Yeah. But anyways, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Corey, because our kids are in here. Period. You better work it. Yes. And Philip Waldo Jr. DJ may now have to tap dance. Yet Corey knows how to river tap, river dance, tap dance.
Hey!
You know what? Anyways, go ahead.
Well, the
Corey,
question I was
sorry.
going to ask is, all of you are just one of the big things that you've done throughout the course of your career. You perform touring shows, some popular shows, Sesame Street Live and Paw Patrol. A lot of times, I don't think people actually give a lot of credit to actors who perform in those costumes, but oh, that's easy. All you just have to do is walk around and just, bop to the music. But it's a lot that goes into it, from working the mechanism that makes the eyes blink and the mouth move at the right time. And you even said you had to provide the voice and dialogue for Chase when you were in Paw Patrol. So everybody knows what goes into preparing and physically, mentally, and to be part of that experience as a costume character in those touring performance live shows.
Yeah, let us.
Starting with at least with Sesame Street, I know with Sesame Street we basically have to learn all that choreography. Now, I had experience with Sesame Street costumes working with Busch Gardens, so I was already accustomed to it. So, but when I realized on the tour, like there was some people there who never been in those costumes, and they literally had us sit in the costumes one rehearsal. They had us backstage, sitting in the costume. I think I was in that costume for a good maybe 20 minutes. They just had us like get used to the weight, get used to that heat circulation, getting used to breathing in there. They had us do the choreography. Granted, they gave us fans, but the fan does so much when the actual show is moving. Like, I feel like I was in front of my fan maybe for a cute 5 seconds, and then I had to run back onto the stage. But I remember back when I was doing it with Busch Gardens, I felt like my feet could never leave the ground, and we had to do all these jumps and leaps and stuff and turns. And I was like, I don't feel like I can leave the ground ever. But I don't know. But as soon as I got that costume off, I felt 1,700 pounds lighter, so I was able to fly from there.
Right. Speaking of flying, and you got to kick high in Riverdance. Kanique was laughing about you, Corey, saying, ha, Philip joking you about Riverdance. She's like, not Riverdance. Ebony Design Assistants, hey there, sister. She's giving a hand clap. And our kids want to know, do you even perform when it's super hot outside? Because I do have a clip of you from a Christmas show that I'm going to show in just a moment. But, they want to know if you have to perform in those costumes when, how does that work?
So, at least with Busch Gardens, see, on the tour, I didn't have to worry about it because we were in arenas and we were in theaters. But when I was doing Sesame Street, Busch Gardens, our show was outside. Now, they did have a heat index, but the heat index had to be at I think 102 before they decided to cut our show in half. And that was a cut in half. And I think if it hit 110, then our show was canceled. Wow. So, but we still had to go up there even when it was like 90 something. And it's just an adjustment. Yeah, we were sweating, but we had to adjust to it. I don't know. After a while, that's first start to feel like your skin and you're okay.
That's okay. And hold on, Erica is saying, hey, family, yes, teach me something, girl. I don't know if you want to know about this being in these costumes, but
you said before that it's not just learning the dances and the songs, and you also have to work out, right?
You should. You should. I was not that guy. I will not lie and say that I made sure that I was always, hitting the gym. Like when I was on tour, even with Paw Patrol, the girls and some of the guys, they would go down to the hotel gym, work out. I would lay right in front of the TV with my video game and chill. I would say, I worked out today. I'm done.
Right. So I'm going to share your winter performance at, I think this was, is this Busch King's Dominion?
King's Dominion, yes.
So this is at King's Dominion. And so this is great because for a lot of people that don't realize, like, what can I do? I'm a performer. They can audition at these places. You might not always get taken, but, you might not always get the job, but at least you know what the experience is like. You know what the competition looks like. You know what they want, that sort of thing. So let me know if you guys can hear this okay. I'm going to
share the audio.
Yeah, I did. I'm going to play it now. That's DJ Corey.
Yeah, this is my last performance.
Oh, the last performance of the season.
Miss that show.
Nice.
So DJ, we got quite a few performers, vocalists in the chat right now.
Well, actually, Corey, my thoughts on everything. He's not a vocalist. He's actually in Ghana right now from the Netherlands.
I saw his video.
Yeah, he just left the Netherlands yesterday. He says greatness at work. How are you doing today?
He's getting ready to start his ketchup line over there. Tomatoes, puts it on everything.
So we do have a question from the folks. They want to know how old do you have to be to go on tour with Busch Gardens or Sesame Street? Well, not to go on tour, but to perform at King's Dominion, Busch Gardens, or
to tour with
Paw Patrol or
Sesame Street Live.
Yeah, because Venice is like, I like it. Working out. You should work it out. Hey, my mom's in town. Shout out. Okay. Go ahead.
I think you have to be, I think now the age is 18 for sure. I think they moved it up to 18. I think at a time it was 16, at least for Busch Gardens and Kings Dominion, the amusement parks. But I think they moved it up to 18.
Right.
Actually, my personal opinion for at least touring, especially, I feel like 20. I feel like you should wait till you're 20 and do it. I mean, I didn't start touring until I was 21, going on 22. But yeah. Granted, well, go ahead.
I was gonna say, how did you find out about these opportunities to so that other people that might be wondering how they can audition or use their talents in similar fashions? How did you find out about these opportunities?
Yeah,
and also for the parents that are in the chat that say, I got a talented child. This is something I can steer them towards as well.
And I'm saying that, and I like what you're saying, Corey. I'm just showing pictures of him with the adults and some of the other shows that he was in. Dreamgirls.
Yeah, this was Dreamgirls. Yeah. It was a beautiful cast. So that was the last show before COVID shut us down. Yeah. So we didn't even get a chance to perform the show, but we finished all our rehearsals. We did our dress run. And so we were about to get ready to open to the public and go into our tech week. And then we got the announcement that we couldn't do it. So this was, Right. So we did our own party, our never open party, basically. Yeah.
Right. So this is so cool. What was your last question, Corey?
It was basically how parents that might have talented young people that are ready to go out into the world, or people that are adults that have talents, they might want to explore something like you're doing with the touring and performances or performing at theme parks.
Does this just happen? Do you put in work? Because
what's the audition? How do you find out about the auditions?
Yeah, like people think like, this just happens. So, you tell us how this all comes together.
How it all works.
At least with so to find out about auditions, it's this day and age, you could Google search auditions and see what pops up. If you want to work for specific companies, it's always best to go to their websites and look and see what auditions, because they always will post, like Busch Gardens. If you go onto Busch Gardens website, you will see when their auditions are, and whoever. How I found out about Sesame Street tour, someone told me about it when I was performing at Busch Gardens with their Sesame Street. They said, hey, there's a tour. I said, no, I didn't know there was a tour. And they was like, oh yeah, well, they have auditions next week. You should go. And I'm like, next week? Where? New York. Actually, it wasn't even New York. It was in Pittsburgh. Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay, sure. So I took a trip to Pittsburgh, never been to Pittsburgh a day in my life, took a bus, went out there, auditioned. That was my first time auditioning for Sesame Street. And I didn't book it that year. The next time I auditioned for Sesame Street, when I actually ended up going up to New York City and auditioning, I did book it that year. But yeah, it's a lot of, you have to just, sometimes it's go on a whim and just go to these auditions. Now,
make connections, right? Talk to people.
Yeah, talk to people. Be nice, because like I said, someone told me about it. So it's like, and if they feel like you will be good at the job, they're like, hey, you should go and, show your face, get out there.
Nice.
My theory that I didn't book Sesame Street the first time is because I didn't have a passport when I auditioned the first time. And they asked, they was like, do you have a passport? I said, no. And my mom said, you should have lied. You could have got a passport in no time. You should have just lied.
Definitely expedited. Yep.
And I didn't know how quick I could at least get a passport until
listen to your mama.
Yeah.
Little Junior shout out, mama, because my mom was in the chat earlier. Always listen to your mama. My mom be telling me stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, ma. And then it's always right, our kids are like, hey, grandma, everybody's chatting it up in there, Corey.
But you hear that, folks, if you're interested in doing touring performances like this, or you have a child that's showing talent, they might want to make sure they have a passport.
Make sure they have a passport. Make sure they take classes because, again, things don't come in. XDMC, speaking of putting in work, he says, one love fam checking in from New York City. Speaking about performing, I'll be performing for Karen tonight. It's been 3 days.
Oh, MC.
Yeah, so he is in New York City right now on a job, and so his wife is Karen, and he is always talking trash.
The image of XDMC is working right now. It just came into my mind, and I'm trying to figure that one out. So.
Well, our kids are saying, I was supposed to go to Kings Dominion in 7th grade for our orchestra end of the year trip. They just want to go to hang out.
Playing our little violin for them.
I know, right?
So, hey, actually, for some of my performances at the Kings Dominion for that Christmas contract I did, we had some of the some choir kids will come and perform in front of because I had 2 shows. I had an opening show, which was our tree lighting show.
Yeah.
That show you saw was our main show of the part. Our tree lighting show, we had the chorus group will come in, and then we'll teach them a little bit of our choreography. So they'll sing along with us and do part of our choreography in front of us and stuff. It was adorable. I will sometimes forget I'm supposed to be performing because I'm too busy watching the kids. They're adorable.
Right.
Yeah. So remember, everybody, your passion can be a profession. DB has turned his passion into professional work.
Yes.
Performing arts.
As you can see right there, he's been on tour. He's in Atlanta right now, still getting the work in. And, just traveling all over the world. There you are driving through Utah, so guys, I dropped his Instagram there in the chat. Definitely, though, I know you're working on some things. You don't sell your crochet things anymore because it's so busy. He's got a Japanese snack box in there, Corey. And it's funny because he can read the labels. We just got to kind of guess. But anyway, so show us what you've got right now, some of your latest things that you've been working on, because our kids, they always have questions. Do they have African dance groups that perform at the theme parks?
I mean, yes, over in China, Disney Hong Kong has an African show. I mean, I think Disney Park here with their Lion King experience show, they have, African dance season and that show. I mean, there's an entire tap boogaloo review show over in Tokyo Disney, I believe. I think Universal Studios Japan even have one too, something like that. But yeah, maybe not too many here in America, but outside, even France, Germany, I've seen and I'm like, they're always looking for Black African Americans. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm always sending in my stuff.
Obi Hendrick says, wow, we enjoyed the interview. Thank you for sharing, DJ. You are an awesome young man. So show us your latest things that you've been crocheting, because I know that you can't keep up with demand right now. Show us what you got.
Where is it? Oh, so I've been starting off with this is the beginning of a cardigan I'm going to make. So this space is going to come around from here, and then I'll just have to crochet outward. Some older stuff I made were I made this matching scarf with a hat. I make the little tassels at the end, and here's the matching hat to it.
Nice.
This was actually influenced by Ravenclaw, if you're a Harry Potter fan at all. Yes. And then here's the sweater here.
Oh, that's on your Instagram. I saw you with that on.
Yes. This actually took, I believe, 3.5 days. I worked on the front panel, then one day, then I worked the next panel, then the other day, and then I worked the sleeves on another day. And then I say a half because I had to like sew in all the ends and stuff like that and sew it together. But yeah. And then I have like blankets I made during the quarantine when it first started. I was like, all right, let's do a blanket, I guess. And I was just at my mom's house crocheting away, ordering yarn online, and every other day there was like a box full of yarn coming to my mom's house.
Right.
And I was just crocheting away.
Well, Unique is just amazed. She's like, wow, a whole sweater. Go ahead, Corey.
DJ, if you want to make all these women in this chat excited and become a god in their eyes, learn how to do crochet braids. We bow at your feet.
Man.
Actually, my roommates, she keeps asking me to make her like crop tops or my aunt was even asking if I could make like crochet bathing suits and stuff and or like tops. And I was like, well, I could. I mean, I even seen like even scrolling through TikTok, there's a lot of crocheters up there that made like crochet skirts, crochet dresses. And I was like, wow, it's really endless where it can go.
Right. This is so cool. Philip Waldo Jr. is saying, thanks, DJ. And of course, you are still there in Atlanta working. And I know the nice thing about your sweaters and your crochet work is that you said a lot of times people will buy it just because they support Black businesses in Atlanta. That's just the culture there. And so, of course, if people want to support you, your Cash App is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. And, I just posted that into the chat. So that way, people can see Cash App. Danard Daniels Jr. Like it's pretty simple, right? All your name all together.
Yes.
And Philip Waldo Jr. wants you to crochet him a blue and silver dunce cap that has a star on it for Dallas fans.
I have to think about that one for sure. No, because like my uncle has asked me about the Steelers. He was like, could you possibly like crochet something with like that's in the brand of the Steelers? And I was like, I mean, that's just black and yellow. I mean, I was like, I guess. I have another uncle that lives here in like Georgia. And he's like, can you crochet me a blanket with a rose in the middle? And I'm like, I would have to draw it. Because that's math. Crocheting is math. Honestly, a lot of people don't know that. It's really shapes in math. Like, especially if you want to put like I said, a rose on a blanket. If you really want to center it, you got to like count how many stitches it's gonna make to make the rose in the center, and then how long you want the blanket out. So I have to do like surface area math just to figure out how many stitches I'm gonna do across before I can, do it. Yes.
Exactly. That's so funny. Afro-Ethiopia Audio Experience, I think she crochets also, Corey, because she's like a multi-talented as well. So this has been great. Our audience has been excited. They've been saying, thanks, great interview, hand claps and all that good stuff. You guys, we'll have to have Danard back, DJ as we call him, so that way we can get more linguistics. If anybody wants DJ to say goodbye in a certain way, you can type that into the chat. You can just put in, say goodbye in Japanese or Chinese or French or whatever you want him to say. Maybe you want him to say, have a good weekend. But Van Britt, I knew she was going to say something. Anyway. What you mean it's just black and yellow, the two stealing? Anyways, DJ, this has been so awesome. We've enjoyed you. I know one of my requests is, how do you say welcome to the weekend in Japanese? Is there a way like welcome to the weekend? Because that's a thing that we say a lot.
I believe it could be said shumatsu ni wa yokoso. Yes.
Shumatsu ni wa yokoso.
Yeah, yokoso. Yeah, because because they'll say yokoso to mean welcome. There's quite a few different ways to say you're welcome, but I feel like when you're welcoming that way, you would say yokoso. So yeah, shumatsu is weekend, and shumatsu ni is like to the weekend. So shumatsu ni wa Wa is like the topic. So that's what we're talking about. So Yoko, so welcome to it. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's interesting too, because then your brain has to also invert how they say things.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Because if you walk into a shop, they say "irashamase," but "irashamase" is just like a very, very polite way of saying you're coming in. So like, but it's translated as welcome in, but it's the verb to come in. So that's why it's like yokoso and irashamase. They're both translated as welcome, but they're not the same.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's interesting, like you're saying, to translate from one language to another, you also have to understand the culture. So that definitely helps. One thing we don't want you to do is do this thing. This for the culture. Corey is saying, Philip Moldo Jr. is saying, Corey, and make Corey some pink hot shorts so that he can roller skate around the neighborhood.
Anyway. As long as they got Dallas Cowboys on.
All right, DJ, this is awesome. We will see you soon, but we're going to move into our next segment. So we hope you enjoy your weekend.
Thank you very much.
Hang tight. We'll see you after the broadcast is over, DJ. And now it's time for Chef LaQuita Marie's plant-based treat that she serves us when the chef is on a break.
Hey.
Ethiopian takeout.
Yum, yum.
This is plant-based takeout, guys. So if you cannot cook, you don't have time to cook, this is what you do. You go and make a purchase.
Just find the vegan section of the menu.
The greens are my favorite, and the spicy lentils are really good.
Red lentils are high in protein and fiber, low in fat, and a healthy substitute for meat. Injera, or the bread, is made from teff flour. It's gluten-free and extremely nutritious.
This bread is Injera bread. It's a fermented bread. It does not have a sour flavor, but it is fermented with vegetables. So it's a spicy dish. So for this one, I kind of just pull off around the edges and I roll the bread so that we have extra bread for the other dishes.
Onions are high in vitamin C, which fights colon, prostate, and lung cancers. Also rich in a chemical that's effective in eliminating bacterial intestinal infections.
The collard greens are really good, and they're really different from ones you can get at a cookout or a family reunion.
Collard greens are high in fiber, which reduces bad cholesterol, lowers blood pressure, and lowers the risk of cardiovascular disease.
So this is not absolutely pretty, but So there you have it. So then you can just put that right in your mouth.
I like the bread, how it was light and soft, and the flavor of the food was good.
This is my favorite because every time they ask us what we want to eat for takeout, I always say Ethiopian, and it's filling.
All right, guys, getting you to
right.
eat your fruits and vegetables, even if you're doing takeout. It's possible.
All right. Well, we want to thank everybody for joining us today with the blind guy,
His wife.
Their Life Live.
Thank you so much, Joshua Gilliard, for being here, sending love. We love it. Thank you.
And we want to thank DJ Danard Daniels for joining us today with all his multi-talents. So remember, if you're watching this on replay, don't forget to hashtag Replay Squad in the comments. And we want to hope that you enjoy your weekend this weekend. And so thank you for another episode of The Blind Guy,
His wife,
Their Life Live. And to say goodbye, we say, mi esposo es una diabla,
Let me hurry up
muy
and get
grande
to
y
it.
muy malo. Deuces.
Deuces.